Despite being the 17th richest country in the world, the Netherlands is grappling with a host of social issues. With a gross domestic product that puts it ahead of many global giants, the Netherlands stands tall in the economic landscape. Its wealth is a testament to its prosperous industries and forward-thinking policies. However, beneath this shimmering surface of affluence lie stark contrasts. The housing crisis paints a picture of people struggling to find affordable homes amidst skyrocketing real estate prices. Meanwhile, the country's miners grapple with a lack of adequate mental health support, their pleas often drowned in the noise of bureaucracy. Further straining the nation's resources is the challenge of overpopulation, as the country tries to accommodate more people within its limited boundaries. Despite its wealth, the Netherlands is a paradox, a puzzle that's proving difficult to solve. The question remains, why does such a wealthy country struggle to address these pressing social issues? A severe housing shortage has left over 300,000 people in the Netherlands struggling to find a home. Now let's unpack this housing crisis that's gripping one of the world's richest countries. The Dutch housing market is under immense pressure. With over 17 million people squeezed into a country the size of Maryland, space is at a premium. But it's not just about space. It's about access and affordability. The average cost of housing has skyrocketed in recent years, leaving many Dutch citizens wrestling with unaffordable rents or locked out of home ownership altogether. Homelessness too has seen a sharp increase. In just a decade, the number of people sleeping rough or in temporary accommodation has more than doubled. This isn't an issue confined to the cities either. It's spreading across the country, affecting both urban and rural communities. And the personal stories behind these statistics are heartbreaking. Imagine being a young professional earning a decent salary but still unable to afford a home. Picture a family working hard but constantly facing the threat of eviction because rents are just too high. Or consider the elderly, living in fear of losing their homes due to skyrocketing property taxes. These are the real-life consequences of the housing crisis. It's not just about bricks and mortar, it's about people's lives, their well-being, their sense of security. Now, you might be wondering, how can this be happening in a country known for its wealth and prosperity? The answer lies in a combination of factors, including a lack of affordable housing construction, rising property prices, and a growing wealth gap. The government, for its part, has pledged to tackle the issue. But many feel that the measures taken so far, such as the construction of new homes and the introduction of rent controls, are not enough. They argue that a more radical approach is needed to make housing accessible and affordable for everyone. The housing crisis is a stark example of the inequality that exists within this wealthy nation. It's a challenge that calls for innovative solutions, political will, and a shared commitment to ensuring a home for all. Mental health support for minors in the Netherlands is woefully inadequate, leaving many young people without the help they need. This is a harsh reality that many Dutch families face today. Imagine, if you will, a country known for its prosperity and high living standards, a nation that boasts of its comprehensive healthcare system and social services. However, peel back the surface and you'll find a deeply concerning issue. The mental health of our youngest citizens is teetering on the edge, and support systems are failing to catch them. According to recent reports, nearly 1 in 5 minors in the Netherlands is struggling with mental health issues. That's approximately 20% of our future generation grappling with problems like anxiety, depression, and other debilitating conditions. But what's even more alarming is the lack of resources available to them. There are waiting lists for therapy that stretch into months, and many mental health facilities are overwhelmed and understaffed. We've also heard from mental health experts who underscore the gravity of the situation. They tell us that early intervention is key in managing mental health issues. But the current system often fails to provide this. Minors are frequently left waiting for critical support during the most formative years of their lives. And what about the human perspective? We've spoken with young individuals who've been affected by this crisis. Their stories are heart-wrenching. They speak of feeling lost, alone, misunderstood. They talk of months spent waiting for help, feeling helpless as their mental health deteriorates. They are the silent victims of a system that is failing them. In the face of these revelations, it's clear that the Netherlands, for all its wealth and prosperity, is facing a significant challenge. Our minors, the future of our nation, are in need of support that is currently insufficient or, in some cases, entirely absent. The mental health crisis among minors is a silent epidemic that the Netherlands must address. It's time we turn our attention to this issue for the sake of our children and the future of our nation. With a population of over 17 million people crammed into a small country, the Netherlands is facing the challenges of overpopulation. This isn't just about a bustling crowd in a city square or a packed train during rush hour. Overpopulation places an enormous strain on the country's resources and infrastructure. Schools are becoming overcrowded, hospitals are stretched thin, and the roadways, well, they're more like parking lots at times. This is a country that, despite its wealth and prosperity, is grappling with the pressure of too many people in too little space. The housing crisis, the mental health dilemma among minors, and now the overpopulation challenge have all converged to create a perfect storm. And in this storm, it's the citizens who are bearing the brunt. But what is the political response to these mounting issues? Are the leaders stepping up to the plate, ready to hit a home run? Well, not exactly. In fact, right-wing parties like the Party for Freedom, or PVV, and its leader, Geert Wilders, are gaining popularity and became the biggest party in the Netherlands in 2023. They're capitalizing on these issues, riding the wave of discontentment and frustration that's sweeping across the country. They're promising solutions, but are they the right ones? That's a question only time can answer. Political analysts are observing this shift with a wary eye. They're concerned about the rise of populist politics and what this could mean for the Netherlands' future. But it's not just the analysts who are worried. Listen to the voices of the Dutch people. They're not just numbers in a population count, they're individuals with hopes, dreams, and fears. They're feeling the pinch of these problems and they're yearning for change. The rise of right-wing parties is a symptom of the frustration and discontent brewing among the Dutch populace. So, what's brewing in the Netherlands? It's not just a cup of coffee, it's a storm of change, and its winds are already starting to blow. The challenges facing the Netherlands are complex and multifaceted, but they are not insurmountable. Indeed, we've skimmed the surface of the wealth paradox, the housing crisis, the mental health dilemma, and the issue of overpopulation. The Netherlands, though prosperous, struggles with these substantial issues, casting a shadow over the lives of many citizens. But remember, acknowledging a problem is the first step towards solving it. We must engage with these issues not just as bystanders, but as active participants in the society we wish to see. Whether it's through advocacy, voting, or simply spreading awareness, every action counts. Every conversation matters. As citizens of the world, we have a responsibility to make our voices heard, to challenge the status quo, and to demand better for ourselves and for future generations. Change begins with awareness. Share this video, start a conversation, and let's work together to ensure a better future for the Netherlands.